Good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, July 8th, 2020. I'm Sandy Griffin Bukowski, Executive Director here at the Cypress of Hilton Head. Wanted to talk with you today a little bit more regarding hurricane season. Received a few questions from members regarding our hurricane planning. I appreciate those members who have already turned in their hurricane forms indicating that they either will be evacuating with the Cypress or will be evacuating on their own. A couple questions that we had was, can members actually ride this Cypress transportation or one of the Cypress buses to our destination in Fort Mill and then spend some time with family and then ride the bus back to the Cypress of Hilton Head during a hurricane evacuation? Yes, that is something that we have allowed in the past. We transport the members and we make sure they have a seat on the bus, but they don't necessarily need lodging or accommodations once we get at our place. So that certainly is something that we can do and will continue to do. Now with COVID-19, not sure how that's going to impact us if you're going to be staying with a family member and then riding back on the bus if we need to do some other precautionary measures with that, but more to come on that. Also, we received some of your pet forms regarding your pets who will need to be evacuating with the Cypress. Thank you for that as well. A few questions have come in regarding the HO6 memo that went out, which also is a piece that plays into our hurricane planning. Please continue to call myself or Susan Beck if you have any questions regarding the HO6 policy. We did expand that memo a little bit this year with some more information and recommendations regarding coverage that would be best for you to continue to secure for your homes here at the Cypress. As we transition from hurricane season, I wanted to just really give a bit of an update of how things have been going here at the Cypress. I believe I sent an email out on Monday and a voicemail out on Monday, July 6th, letting you all know that we have our first member positive COVID-19 case here on our campus. We've tried really hard to prevent that from happening, but it was sooner or later it was going to occur. So we've taken the next steps of trying to be sure that everyone understands that it is extremely important that if you have a mask, you need to be wearing your mask. As we've done our contact tracing and research on this, what we've learned is people have a mask on, but they're really wearing it around their neck as opposed to their nose and mouth. So it's really important that the mask really be worn when you're out and when you're about with others, because you never know when you might run into someone and have an interaction. The other issue that we need to continue to stress is the social distancing that needs to happen. Even if we have a social gathering that you may be part of or participating in, those social gatherings need to be 10 or less members. Even with our activities that we're doing right now with our group programs, that's the size that we're really working with, 10 or less. Masks and social distancing need to be worn. Any kind of social events where there is cocktails involved or food, you need to just remove your mask to a point and then put it back on. You can lift it up or pull it down to be able to partake in the refreshments that are being offered, but we still need to maintain our masks and our social distancing as well as our hand washing. Beaufort County numbers continue to rise regarding the positive COVID-19 cases. People have been out celebrating for the July 4th holiday. We're still not sure how those numbers are going to affect us here. We continue to stress to our employees of what precautions they needed to take over the July 4th holiday, and really to remind them that they need to wear their masks when they're outside of work and to maintain their social distancing as well, and to limit their areas where they are going and being involved in. So as I mentioned, with the positive member case that we have on July 6th, that does actually push our 30-day window period to restart as of July 6th for being free of COVID-19 on our campus. And that is one of the criteria for us to open up our dining room, even if it's for small select seating. So right now we're putting things in place and planning for really that first week of August, really Thursday, Friday, or Friday, Saturday. We're trying to open up our dining room for a small number of people for lunch and a small number for dinner. So we're still moving forward with those plans, but we've had to reset the clock there a little bit of when we would be able to do that. We did start individual visitations this week for our members with family members. We had our first day yesterday and it went extremely well. It's very nice to be able to have family members come in and visit with their member that lives here. It was very heartwarming and a very special event. We do have that scheduled again for tomorrow, Thursday, as well as Saturday. And so we're continuing to move forward with phasing that in and see how the times go with that, with the ability to expand those times if needed. Debbie Peebles is our healthcare navigator who is really spearheading those particular visits and working with the family members and the members regarding that. So if there's any questions, please feel free to reach out to her and she'd be more than happy to help set that up for you. Hopefully next week we are planning to do some window visits in the Preston Health Center. Monique and the team in the Preston Health Center have also been working with their family members and the members scheduling those visits. We have different areas that we've selected that those window visits would occur, but we're excited about getting that started as well for our Preston Health Center residents. Also, with the memo that came out last Friday, there was some additional information with that regarding our food and beverage dining program. Just wanted to remind you to take a look at that memo because we did get some questions regarding the cutoff times for ordering meals. And so we did clarify that and put that in that memo as well. We are also continuing the second meal for our members up through the 15th of July, and we'll see where we're at with COVID-19 at that particular point, but please feel free to continue to order 2 meals a day at no additional cost to any of you for that. As a reminder, we are also encouraging our members, if they would like to stop by and use curbside to pick up their meals. We do have that available as another option for members if they're interested in that. The memo speaks to that as far as giving us an hour to prepare your meal and you could pick it up on the hour. Also, we're looking at trying to start the next phase of our reopening plan. We'll be doing some more planning of that during these 30 days as we look at those next steps. Additional information will be forthcoming regarding hurricane planning. My last information with the gentleman regarding the bus company, they are not requiring us to social distance on the bus, so we're still working through those particular plans as to what our next steps are. Once again, if you have any questions and you have anything that you would like for me to share specifically during the talks with Sandy, I'd be more than happy to. Submit your information through the internal mailbox that is outside at the clubhouse, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of those questions. Once again, thank you very much for all your cooperation and your support, your understanding. Please stay safe, be positive, and be grateful. Thank you so much.